welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your 1st and 15th of October reading. So you'll already have your bonus readings up on the channel, Aries. You've got a how does he or she feel about me reading, and you've also got a love reading, which is an extended love reading as well, Aries, on the channel. So for a moment there I was just trying to think, did it, no, it was Leo that I did first, wasn't it? They're already up there. We're doing, sorry it's coming a little bit late, I've been really busy. So what we're doing is we are doing a general spread for between the 1st and the 15th of October. And I'm doing that because not everybody wants to know about love, they want to know about general stuff. And also at the end of this reading you've got a, what am I trying to say here? You've also got a love reading, bonus love reading for all of you guys who are single. Now, I'm only doing that because the other readings seemed very much geared towards people who are in relationships, or maybe they're still addicted or, you know, attached to another individual, that type of thing. So I thought it would be a good idea just to do a reading for singles, just to make sure. I mean, if you've watched the videos and you're single for the other bonus readings, great. But the thing is that just to make sure that everybody was being catered for, because there are some people who aren't attached to anybody in particular and they're just looking for love. So here we go. We're just going to do a general reading for Aries. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Aries? Show me Aries. Show me what's coming in for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the first 2 weeks of October 2017. Show me Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the first 2 weeks in October 2017. Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the cards. We're going to split the deck into 3 like so. We're going to collect everything back up and I'm going to start laying the cards down, okay? Well, some of you guys, you might have come to the end of your tether on something. There might be the ending of some form of a cycle here. Right, that's interesting. I mean, I'm seeing potentially a new relationship or a new partnership happening for some of you Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs happening. You guys right now are the 6 of Wands, and I think that you're feeling very confident within yourselves, Aries. I think there is a sense of feeling confidence because you're showing us the 6 of Wands. Some of you guys, it might be that you are achieving a great deal of recognition within your life at the moment. This is the card about having followers when you're a 6 of Wands. Okay, so as a 6 of Wands, you've got people behind you, people that back you, people that believe in you. You're also feeling a sense of confidence, a sense of, you know, self-worth when you're the 6 of Wands energy. You're somebody who sits high on a horse and you are, you know, you're revered for who you are, you feel good about who you are, all of those types of things. So it's good that you guys are showing as being the 6 of Wands in the first 2 weeks of October. The issue is that you had a conflict with someone. And you might have, I get the impression that if you're the 6 of Wands here, and the root issue in your foundation, there was some conflict, fight, 5 of Swords. Now you can either be the 3rd swordsman where you win the fight, or you can be the person that loses it. So I've got the feeling that you guys won something here, Aries. You won a fight, or you overcome some form of adversity maybe with this 5 of Swords energy. Around that, we've got something to do with the Ace of Wands. So, you know, the situation around this is something to do with a new beginning, or it's something to do with a new project or a new idea. But you seem to have the situation or the foundation, and it's interesting that the Ace of Wands shows here, because this is an ideas card. Or it references somebody who's looking for a new beginning, or they're looking for a fresh start, or they are venturing into a new career, for example. But I think in your foundation, you seem to have won something here, or there was some form of conflict. And, you know, around that, we could also say with the Ace of Wands, there might have been a lot of anger, because when you get Wands, they refer to not just intuition, not just excitement, not just motivation, not just enthusiasm, not just change, but they also refer to anger as well. So you get cards like the King of Wands, and he's a very angry character. He can be somebody who can just fly off the handle like no one's business. So, you know, if there was a conflict here, then maybe around this you've got a lot of kind of passion as well. The Ace of Wands references passion. So There might have been in your foundation some form of conflict. I think that that conflict involved maybe a hell of a lot of passion going on here. I don't mean sexual passion, I mean passionate ideas that maybe some of you guys had with this Ace of Wands. I think that your challenge is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess really is just to wait and to not react. And it might be that your challenge was to not react to this situation, because that's what the High Priestess is. She's a card about hidden knowledge. She's a card about hidden feelings. She's a card that suggests when you're hiding your feelings, when you're not showing somebody something here, when you're keeping secrets. So the challenge might be something to do with the secret, or maybe having to compose one's energies, or having to deal with one's energies, but never really revealing something. It's interesting, the High Priestess might be a Pisces person as well for some of you guys. The energies around you guys in the... so sorry, always yawning, so tired. The energies around you guys, Aries, are the world, being the energies around you in the first 2 weeks of October. The World card, I think you guys are coming to the end of a cycle here. I think there's been something, because you've got the foundation, in your foundation there's been conflict, but I think that this is over. So this is the foundation card, this is what it's leading to around you in the first 2 weeks of October. I think there is the ending with the World card of some form of a confrontation here. And I think that as a result of that, the most likely outcome will be the Four of Cups, where you are being very much selective around the people that you have come into your life, around people who want to offer you things, maybe around new situations. You're being very selective, and you're contemplative. I don't think you want to get caught out again on a situation here. Your challenge as well with the High Priestess, maybe this is the person that you had a conflict with. High Priestesses can be silent assassins. They can be people, they can be just as much Page of Swords type energy, somebody who's sneaky, Seven of Swords. Page of High Priestesses can, I mean, she doesn't even need to show in the reverse either. You know, in the reverse you look at this person as being highly manipulative, silent assassin. But really, this person should come out with what she feels in the reverse. This person sits quiet. She doesn't say much. It might be that there was such a person like this around you. Silent assassin, quietly manipulative, doesn't really say much, gets other people to say stuff for her. The immediate future is the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So some of you guys, it might be that you're in, you know, you're experiencing some form of, I don't know what this is, disappointment maybe with that Nine of Cups reversed. Not getting what you want. Is the Nine of Cups reversed. Sometimes this is a wish that hasn't come true. No matter how much you might wish it, no matter how much you might want it, this is really saying that something doesn't come through for you guys in the immediate future. But what you do have coming in, what you will experience is influence is coming in at the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is all about good partnerships, good relationships with others. Some of you guys, it might be some form of a new relationship that comes in, or it might be some form of an understanding. For some of you guys, it can be reconciliations. Your hopes are the Three of Wands, and that is really to have rewards come to you. So the Three of Wands is where you're waiting for something to come back to you, something that you've invested in. The outcome shows the Fool. So you're stepping into something new here in the outcome, Aries. The Fool card is saying there's something that new that you're stepping into. Alright, now the Fool is no promise of, you know, the Fool never ever promises that whatever it is that you're stepping into is going to be great. It really doesn't, because it's a beginning card, it's zero. It's just before that Magician energy. So it doesn't say, oh, you're going to step into this wonderful new beginning and everything's going to be bright and beautiful and cheery. That's not what the Fool promises at all. The Fool says, well, there's a new beginning, there's something new on offer for you. There's a fresh start that's there for you. Yeah, you can go and you can grab it, but we don't promise you a rainbow. We don't promise you a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is just the start of something here. Wherever it goes, who knows? It's really is just the start of something for you guys. Let's get some clarifiers on the go here. I want to see what the situation is around Aries, Sun, and Rising, and this Six of Wands is showing. What's the situation? Alright, so I think that you've had some form of success or breakthrough. You guys are feeling very confident, very cheery, very kind of, you know, you're feeling a sense of, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'm very sort of, you know, happy, and you know, there's a sense of self-satisfaction being the Six of Wands character, because you feel very assertive as an individual, very confident within yourself, almost untouchable sometimes as a Six of Wands. So this is you guys, and this is really good that you're showing us this. But the situation is around some form of a breakthrough you've had. This is either mental clarity that you guys have suddenly attained, or it's some form of breakthrough. It could be communication breakthrough, it could be a change. Ace of Swords often shows up when there's a change in a situation as well. So where you're cutting away something that's old and you're entering into a new phase. So some of you guys, it could be that you're feeling very victorious, very confident. For some of you, you're entering a new phase with the Ace of Swords energy. For some of you guys, there's been some form of a mental breakthrough, or just a breakthrough per se. Might also be something about communication happening there, because the root issue is the Five of Swords. And let's have a look at why the Five of Swords is in your foundation, what this situation is about. Aries, what is this Five of Swords situation about? Show me. Well, some of you guys, it might be that you had a conflict. It could be over a car, potentially. It might be. It might be over a Cancerian individual as well with the Chariot energy. It might be that you and somebody else had some form of opposing forces, but you've got the situation in your foundation being a conflicting situation. Conflict, challenges, argument, war, fight with the Five of Swords. And the situation is either about a car, Cancerian individual with this Chariot energy going on there, or it could be, I'm just thinking, because the situation is about a Chariot, car, Cancerian individual, or maybe you've been, there's been a situation that's been pushing and pulling you from side to side, potentially with that Chariot energy. Around that, you've got this Ace of Wands. I want to see what the situation is with this Ace of Wands. I think that around that, you know, there was a great passion. Ace of Wands is often about arguments, okay, but it's also about somebody who's very passionate. So around this, it might be that you were passionate with the Ace of Wands over a particular direction, Aries, that you wanted to take. So there was something with this Two of Wands that you wanted to move forward with. And I think that this, looking at it in that light, I think that the argument here, the Five of Swords, the conflict that you had in the foundation was to do on a certain journey that you've been on. So you might have been, the argument or the conflict might have been with this Chariot energy about your own confidence. And maybe, I don't know whether people felt that you were not, what's the word? Whether people felt that you were not compassionate or loving enough. Because it just seems here, what I'm looking at is a reading with Aries who are completely focusing shit on themselves. So you're putting, I just get the impression that you're putting yourself first, and I get the impression that other people didn't like you putting yourself first. They wanted you to put them before you put yourself first. So put them before anything else. And I get the feeling that people didn't like you, kind of this new assertive, well, not new assertive Aries, but you're being very assertive in this reading. And I get the impression people don't like it, only because in your foundation you've got to fight. But also in your foundation, this is overcoming. So if you're the third swordsman, your foundation might be, well, you overcame a fight. You won a fight, Aries. Because you can be third swordsman or the two swordsmen here. I think that you're the third one. I think that you won a fight, and the situation is the Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot is about success and victory. So I think that you won some form of a victory here, from what I'm looking at. Something that you were very passionate about. Alright, the situation required possibly a new job as well, new career with this Ace of Wands. So the situation would have been, well, you won a fight. You won, not a physical fight, but you definitely won something. You attained victory here, okay, Aries, and this was possibly, Ace of Wands is often a new career or a new job. And that situation was the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is something new. So it might be a new job that was created, a startup job, an entry-level job, for example, with the Two of Wands for some of you guys. But I think that you know, you've had a breakthrough here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a career that you won out against other applicants. It looks to me like you guys won out against other applicants. Your challenge is the High Priestess. I'm going to have a look at what the challenge is with this High Priestess, what the situation is. King of Cups. I think that your challenge is, when you get High Priestess and King of Cups, these are people that are they're both rooted in water, but they're very distant, and they find it very difficult to talk or to express something going on here, okay? So I don't know what this King of Cups has got to do with anything, because what I'm seeing so far is you guys are riding high as that Six of Wands. You've had a breakthrough with the Ace of Swords. The root issue is you won out with that Five of Swords, and the situation is you needed to attain some victory in the situation. So you seem to have won a battle, and you attained victory. It's like the Chariot. It's like if you look at the two cards together, the Five of Swords would suggest war, and the Charioteer would suggest somebody who's coming back from war, proud. You know, they've won a battle. So I think that you guys won a battle here. And I think that battle was around the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is often pursuit of something new, a new beginning, fresh start, but also a new career perhaps. And this could be an idea maybe that you wanted to pursue with that Two of Wands going forward. Or maybe this is a new job, it could be entry level. But there was something new that you wanted to pursue. But your challenge is, I think that for some reason this has made you distant from somebody else. I think that you're the High Priestess, and I think this is another person around you. Could be a water sign, Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But I think the fact that you're getting somewhere is making you distant from another individual. And the focus for the first 2 weeks in October, Aries, will be the world. And we're going to have a look at what shows up with this world energy. Well, I think the situation is that there is an ending of a cycle in which you guys now, this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, it's interesting. In terms of relationships, I'm not doing a relationship reading here, by the way, because you've already got them, but the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse would often mean that you are giving up your independence around a situation. This is the card that suggests somebody doesn't want to be, say for example, work on their own anymore, or be by themselves anymore. What they want to do is they want to come in from the cold. They want to be a part of something else. I think that the situation is that you guys have won some form of a battle, and as a result of that, the energies now are closing a chapter on your life with this world energy, and with the Nine of Pentacles being less outside of a situation and more inside of a situation, if that makes any sense to you, because that's what the Nine of Pentacles and also the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse can often mean that you leave premises, for example, because in the upright you're maintaining a premise, you're independent, you've got a nice flat, you've got a nice apartment, but in the reverse what you're tending to do is maybe sell off your possessions, or with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse you tend to be losing money rather than gaining it, or you're giving something up now, you're giving up maybe a certain lifestyle that you were once living with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think that this is really saying that the energies for the first 2 weeks of October, Aries, will be where you guys seem to be ending some form of a chapter and starting something else. But whatever it is that you're starting, you're having to, I get the impression some of you guys might be having to make something of a pretty big sacrifice in terms of whatever this thing is. And I think the most likely outcome will be the Four of Cups. And let's have a look at why the most likely outcome is the Four of Cups for you guys, or what the situation is about for that one. Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to be uncertain because, and I did mention the word sacrifice, and we've got the Three of Swords. I think the most likely outcome is you guys are very uncertain, or you're going to be uncertain as to whether this is an opportunity that you really want to take, because that opportunity will involve severance, Three of Swords. It's going to involve making a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is going to hurt, and it's going to be difficult for you to make, because it requires, with the Three of Swords, a head or a heart decision. But it also, when you get the Three of Swords, it's pain, it's sadness, it's severance, it's it's distance between you and other people. And I think that this is why you're doing a lot of contemplating of this thing. You won something here, you got through the first stage and you attained it, you attained something here, and you're riding high. But the problem is, it's all of the sacrifices you guys are going to have to make to do this thing. And that sacrifice comes from giving up, from drawing, wrapping up one cycle and starting a new cycle where you're no longer independent enough to do your own thing. Because I get the impression some of you guys might have been doing your own thing, and now this wrapping up of that cycle means that you have to become more inclusive in somebody else's world and maybe somebody else's way of doing things. And I think that your challenge is that you might feel, what happens is that when you actually move on to this new thing, that you're distancing yourself away from people that you care about. And maybe you and another individual can't talk about this thing that you're involved with, that you know, because I think it's too painful. You're going to experience the Nine of Cups. Let's have a look at what the situation is around this Nine of Cups energy in the first 2 weeks of October 2017. Well, I think that you're going to be experiencing a not doing this thing, because you've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse, and that's a wish that doesn't come true. All right, this is for me, the Nine of Cups in the reverse. When it's in the upright, it's about achievement, and it's about emotional satisfaction, and it's about having your wishes come true, your dreams being fulfilled. In the reverse, it says that a wish doesn't come true. Things aren't fulfilled here, and something isn't fulfilled, and the situation is around your slowness, this Knight of Pentacles, which I'm reading as you as well, Aries, your slowness and your cautiousness to actually persist with whatever this thing is. I think that you're nervous. I think that you're very slow to persist, to move forward with whatever this thing is, Aries. And I think that's because, you know, it's going to require you to sever ties with something within your life to make something of a huge sacrifice. And I get the impression this is something you guys don't want to do. Influences coming in are the Two of Cups. And let's have a look at what the situation is about the Two of Cups energy. Okay. So I think there's an agreement coming in, but the agreement is, the situation with that is that you don't change, you don't walk away. So whatever this thing is that you attained, that you actually got through with, and you did, you attained something here. It could have been a new job, for example. It could have been to work with somebody else, for example, because we're not doing love readings on this. It can be love if you want it to be, it's up to you. But you attained something here, but that thing requires you to give up everything that you had worked for prior, because you've got this Nine of Cups in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So for me, with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, you're attaining stuff, you're accumulating stuff. This is a hoarder as well. She's hoarding lots of stuff. She got a very comfortable place. She's been living in it for quite a while, more than likely, with that Nine of Pentacles in the upright. But in the reverse, this person gives it up. She gives it up. Sometimes this can be expenditure, spending stupidly, losing money, but it's not about that here. It's not about that. This is about giving up your independence, or giving up what you've built up so far. And that's why I feel we've got the World card here, where there is an ending of a cycle here with the World energy. And that what begins is now giving up or sacrificing what you've built. And that's why I feel with this Four of Cups here, you know, dissatisfaction is the most likely outcome. And the situation around that dissatisfaction is saying, well, you're dissatisfied because you know that you're going to have to make a sacrifice. There's a very big, you know, payoff with, not payoff, but there's a very good big trade-off with this situation. It almost feels like selling your soul to the devil. You get one thing, but then you've got to trade something else off against that. And I don't think you guys want to do it. And I think that you don't. The Nine of Cups, in a way, is saying, yeah, there is a bit of sadness because something's not being achieved here. But that's because the situation is being very, very slow, cautious, but being very kind of, you know, yeah, it's about being cautious. And it's about saying, actually, I'm not going to go into this too quickly because, you know, it doesn't feel right. And I think around that, what you'll experience is, whoever this King of Cups is here, because you're the High Priestess and this King of Cups is, you know, it references when you get two energies together, two people who are very much in sync with each other, but they find it very difficult to talk. So I think your challenge is really talking to someone about this shit, somebody that's close to you. They know what the lowdown is on it, and they don't want you to do the thing either, Aries. But I think that what happens is that finally, when you don't do this thing, is that you have an agreement that you'll stay. You'll stay in whatever this thing, whatever it is that you're doing now. You're not going to move on. Because the Eight of Cups in the reverse means that you go back. There is an agreement to go back. Okay, now, it can't be to go back to the thing that you've won, because you haven't even started that yet. So it must be the very thing that you were about to let go off with the Nine of Pentacles reverse. So I think that you guys agree to go back to whatever this thing is that you were about to let go. You know, the thing that you've built up for so long, you agree to go back to that, because the Two of Cups is an agreement card, and this is to go back. And your hopes will be the Three of Wands. Let's have a look what the situation is, the Three of Wands. Well, your hopes will be to turn your back, Three of Wands, on something you felt with the Empress in the reverse couldn't give you the prosperity or the abundance that you were true, or even the freedom. Because the Empress in the upright, she's a very free card. She represents birth and fertility and growth and health and all of that loveliness. But in the reverse, she's very different. This is about something that lacks stability, something that lacks beauty, that lacks growth, that lacks any type of happiness or any type of fruition, anything like that. It's a very sort of dead card in a way when it's in the reverse. And I think that your hopes will be to turn your back on that situation here, something that you didn't really feel would be able to give you your own spiritual or even personal growth. And the outcome shows as the Fool. And what's the situation around the Fool? Well, I think that that there are other opportunities with this full energy that you guys, the situation is that you're pursuing something here. So I think that there are other opportunities that you guys will be pursuing in the future. But I think there was an opportunity here that you guys were not ready for and not wanting to, you know, to do, not wanting to pursue. It didn't feel right to do that, Aries. You know, some of you guys, it might be that you were looking to pursue, maybe just draw another card, pursue a promotion or pursue some form of status that you're building up to, because the Emperor is you, Aries. Let's get the reading quickly again. You guys, you're riding high. You've got the Six of Wands showing here, Aries. So you guys have been riding high, okay? This situation is about, you had some form of good news, breakthrough. There's been some changes coming in with that Ace of Swords. This is the card of success and victory when you get the Ace of Swords. So you've definitely achieved something great here, and you know that you're feeling great about it. In the foundation, you won a battle. You've got the Five of Swords. You guys overcame your adversaries, and the situation was about the Chariot. It's about achieving success. So you guys achieved success here. You won a battle. You won over your competition, over your adversaries, and you achieved success with the Chariot energy. And around that, there was perhaps a new position, new job with the Ace of Wands, a new project perhaps with the Ace of Wands. And I think the situation is, maybe this was something that was a startup, maybe this was something that was at entry level, maybe this was something that you felt that you could pursue, that you could make your mark on, that type of thing. But the challenge is that you and somebody else aren't talking about this. Alright, you're both ignoring each other over it. So whoever this other person is for you, it could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual, but you know, you're ignoring, or it could be that both these cards are, because both of them can be Pisces as well. But I would say that there is, between you and another person, you're kind of ignoring the elephant in the room, and something needs to be addressed over this, because the energies will be that you guys are kind of wrapping things up. So it's almost like you're putting everything into a box, or you're looking to put all your possessions into a box with that World card. Draw a cycle, you know, end a cycle, end a period of your life. And really with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, you're packing up all of your belongings, some of you guys, or you're looking to pack up a certain area of your life, one in which you built it, now you're looking to break it all down, okay, and start something afresh. I feel the most likely outcome will be that you won't do it, because you've got the Four of Cups, and you're kind of like, well, I'm not sure whether I want this. And the situation is, because there'll be severance and there'll be heartbreak, and people are going to get hurt and they're going to get upset if I go and do this thing. So maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe it's not a good idea. You guys, you'll experience the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So some of you guys, it will be that you give up your dream, I feel, for someone else. And it could be, the situation is a Knight of Pentacles. Maybe this person's dedicated to you. Maybe this person really doesn't want you to go. Maybe it could be with this Nine of Cups in the reverse that you give up on a dream. You got it there, you could have had it. You could have had it. So it's you guys that have decided to turn this Nine of Cups into the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay? And the situation is the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you're very dedicated to others and you don't want to let other people down. Maybe you've got a stable existence right now, and it could be that with other people you're thinking, okay, well, why am I going to give up this for something else when I've already got everything I need here and now in my existence. I think what you'll experience coming in is an agreement with this Two of Cups to stay with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, not to move on to something else, but to stay put and stay where you are. Your hopes will be, well, yeah, I did the right thing. I turned my back on something that probably wasn't going to help me grow and as an individual anyway, with that Empress in the reverse. And the outcome shows you guys feeling free to pursue new opportunities. And I think that with this Knight of Swords energy, you know, you're going out there, you're pursuing other things. The outcome is new opportunities, fresh starts. Well, you can't always look at the Fool as new fresh start, but it is really, you know, you're bounding into other things here, Aries, okay? The situation is you're still looking out for other things. You still are. Alright? And I think it's because with this Emperor, I think that there's something about you guys trying or wanting to be at the top of some form of a tree here. You're still looking to raise yourselves up. You're still looking to, you know, promote yourselves or build yourselves in such a way. So I think this is a temporary thing. I think for some of you guys in the first 2 weeks of October 2017, you're saying no to something because other people don't want you to do it, and you feel that you shouldn't do it. So I almost feel like you sacrificed something for somebody else. But I think that overall, what you'll carry on doing is, you know, you can't carry on doing, if this resonates with any of you, and as I always say, with a lot of my readings, I don't expect to get lots of thumbs up, because they're very specific readings. So I think for some, you know, what I'm noticing in this reading is you still go and do shit. So in the outcome, you're still the Fool. You still, and the Fool and the Knight of Swords, they are both travellers. There are cards in the tarot that show people that cannot sit still. The Fool is one and the Knight of Swords is the other. So we're seeing in the outcome, you still can't sit still. There's no way, because you're looking to build something for yourself with that Emperor. You are the Emperor. Your logic and your wisdom tells you you can't sit still. This isn't, we've got two fast cards, Fool and Knight of Swords, and we've got one slow card, Emperor, and that's you. You are the Emperor. You know what is best for you, Aries. It's also to do with your ego as a person. You know that you can be better than what you are at the moment. And you're going to pursue and you're going to find it. So whatever it is that it seems some of you guys have given up, because to sacrifice for somebody else's needs, it won't last long. You'll just do it again. You'll go and you'll look for something else again. Because you're really, really, really at the heart of everything. You're here. This is you. This tells me everything about, this is in the you now position. So this is you guys here. You don't change this overnight. You were feeling happy and confident, but somebody is changing your mind, because it's in this area here. That's where the clue is. Well, what is it? If Aries is this, then why is it that they haven't gone for whatever this thing is that they've been so successful at? Well, it's in the challenge. The High Priestess, something is keeping you apart from another individual. You're not discussing something, there's distance, there's difficulty, and that's where the problem is. Because you're all ready to go pack up shit and do something else. But somebody's, you know, but suddenly the most likely outcome is, well, I think I'll just contemplate it because it's going to cause issues with the Three of Swords. And you seem to sacrifice the very thing, Nine of Cups in the reverse. Sacrifice your happiness. The situation is the Knight of Pentacles, to stay put. Because you're being cautious. Because you have to dedicate yourself to something or someone. But that's not truly you, Aries. And it'll only be a matter of time before some of you go off and do the same thing again. Because you don't want to be held back. That's what I'm seeing in the reading. So I think for the first 2 weeks in October, some of you guys are going to sacrifice something that you really want for somebody else's needs. But it won't last long. You'll still be on the hunt for something else. We're going to get your advice reading, Aries. Universe Spirit, what's the advice that you have for Aries in this reading? What is the advice that you have for Aries, Sun and Rising signs in this reading? Show me. It says the situation will improve. So whatever that means for you, Aries, it means for you. But it's saying that the situation is going to improve for you, okay? And you're going to have success. So the situation will improve and you will have success, Aries, okay? That's your reading, guys. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. You've got your singles love reading right at the very end of this reading. And I will speak to you guys really soon. Take care. Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a reading purely for singles, because the bonus readings just felt like they were more geared towards couples or people in love, or people who are having kind of problems in relationships, that type of thing. And I wanted to do something for the singles. This is a bonus reading attached to your just general Celtic cross reading, okay? So Universe Spirit, just show me the general energies for love in a past, present, future reading for Aries in terms of love in the first 2 weeks of October. Show me Aries and love. What can you see in terms of love for those single? I only want to focus on the single, completely single Aries people. Show me what you see coming in for love. What do you see coming in for love for Aries? Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Only for the single people though. Only for the singles that are watching this video. What do you see coming in for love in the first 2 weeks of October 2017? Show me. Alright, so we're going to split this deck into 3 like so. Collect it back up. And we're going to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, right, in the past, the Empress shows up here. For some of you guys, it might have been a beautiful woman, very nurturing. If you're a man, very nurturing person. For some of you, if you're a woman, could be that this was somebody who's very nurturing, very kind,
very loving, very compassionate with this Empress card. For some of you guys, it might be that you had a very strong attraction with another individual, or there was a relationship that had the potential to grow and bring lots of prosperity and abundance showing up here. I think there was severance in this, because you've got the Ace of Swords often references severance here. The Page of Pentacles shows up when you are looking into the finer details of something here. So I think there was a change from this area here. I think the Empress, this wonderful relationship, whatever this was, I think there was a change with that Ace of Swords to that Page of Pentacles, where maybe there was a reassessment of whatever it was that was going on for you guys in this relationship. In the present situation here, we've got the shadow side, so it's the needing to, for some of you guys, release yourself from a toxic relationship, from an energy that is not conducive to freedom and health and happiness with this, because this is the Devil card showing up here. Alright, so you've got possibly a toxic relationship showing here. You've got the Lovers and the Devil energy. The Devil energy is all about toxic, negative, abusive, and this is the Lovers card, and these are sort of toxic, abusive, negative relationships. You've got the Three of Cups though going on there. Three of Cups, and I think that this might be a third party situation, because you've got the Lovers here and the Three of Cups, and sometimes this can be cheating and stuff like that. So and plus you've got a Devil card showing on up here, but you guys are apparently single. It could be that in the present situation you guys are needing to release yourself from a relationship where maybe there were three people involved. Three of Cups is often third party situation. The Devil card, and here you can see these children are trying to release themselves. They don't want to look at the Devil, so they're trying to release themselves. So I think that you're trying to release yourself from a relationship where maybe there was a third party situation going on here. For some of you Aries people, and we do see in the past there was an Empress energy here, but I think that this changed with the Ace of Swords. Could also be over a relationship, the Empress energy, you saw the truth, so there was mental clarity, the Page of Pentacles. Can also be that there was mental clarity in terms of a relationship, that somebody might have been viewing or looking at other things. Page of Pentacles for me can show a spoil, so it shows somebody who's looking at the potential for other stuff. So there might have been clarity that somebody was looking for other things in the past for some of you Aries people, not just you, they were looking at other things, online, wherever, other options. And in the present, there's the need to release yourself from a relationship in terms of the Three of Cups. Maybe there were three people involved in this, third party or other people. In the future for love, you've got choices coming in, Seven of Cups. So some of you guys are going to have a lot of options for love with that Seven of Cups there. Yeah, and there's a King of Wands showing up for you, Aries. So this could be a fellow fire sign individual, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Two of Wands. I think that this person will show great interest in you. Alright, because you've got the King of Wands sitting here, and the Two of Wands is a card about partnerships, but also having a goal. So this is about looking at something and saying, yeah, I'd like to venture towards that. So I think that you're going to have a choice in the future with an individual in the next 2 weeks, in the first 2 weeks of October. Okay, there'll be a choice here around a King of Wands. You've got many choices coming up, but there's going to be a particular one, this King of Wands energy showing up here, and I think that you have the potential to venture towards something with this individual. Okay, it might be also this person will want to offer you the world, because this is somebody who offers the world. So it might be that you've got lots of choices coming up, especially with a King of Wands individual who might want to offer you something here, that might want to offer you the world, for example. Okay, I think that some of you guys have been through something bad here, Aries. Let's quickly go through the reading again. Some of you guys, there was a burgeoning relationship, but I think you guys saw the truth that maybe somebody was looking at other options with that Page of Pentacles, because this is somebody who's looking into the finer details. They're looking at windows of opportunities, and this is the truth, and this can be a burgeoning relationship. So some of you guys had a burgeoning relationship in which you found out it might be that somebody was looking at other options with the Page of Pentacles. In the present, you have tried to release yourself, I think, from a relationship here in which there were other people involved with the Three of Cups. In the present, in the latter stages, so the first 2 weeks of October, I think that you're going to have a lot of options for love coming through. I think there's somebody showing up here, a King of Wands, who want to offer you something. They want to offer you the world. They'll be interested in kind of coming forward and saying, would you like to do this, that and the other. I'm seeing potentially a new love interest for some of you singles showing up. Okay, that is your reading, Aries, Sun and Rising. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and the Atlas for singles only. Okay, and yeah, speak to you guys soon. Take care.